This is a Headgum podcast.
You're listening to The Downside.
The Downside.
With Gianmarco Soresi.
What was the island that I went to?
Santorini.
Is it Santorini
It's
specifically?
just the whole vibe. It doesn't have to be a specific one.
But like, how many islands in Greece have that
So many
color
of them.
palette?
Almost all, a lot. Where that chain of islands, all of them.
And does the government go, if you buy a house or build a new house, say, here's your 4 paint colors, you have to use one?
I don't know. I would assume something like. It's interesting because the idea of a organized enough Greek government to be able to enforce that is crazy to me. I don't think that, but I just think it's so much social pressure. Like, there's no way you could throw up like a fucking, like one of these shitty Williamsburg like glass and steel buildings in Santorini.
Yeah.
You would have to. I'm sure there's some law or whatever that makes you have to do that, but
Maybe that's why other aspects are failing. They're like really focused on this one
Focused on,
aesthetic. No, but it's so cool. I know if I lived somewhere and it was like strict, like, you know, some parts of a suburbia,
Sure,
the bush has to be this, that, and the other.
Of course.
I'd buck up against that, and that's the problem. I'm the problem.
But also, those suck. That's just conformity for conformity's sake. This is like, it's beautiful. It's,
it's an aesthetic. There's like, you know, it's like when you go to New Orleans and you're seeing like all these things, and then a weird Williamsburg thing is amongst that, and you're like, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like, I like when when a neighborhood will have like historic. You can't change the windows. You got to have it a certain way.
Yeah.
It's like, let's keep the vibes a certain way, because otherwise, developers would just fucking take the shittiest approach and just try and, like, you know, make the cheapest. Just make the most money off of it, and that's not how you get something cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I loved Santorini. It's one of those where I'm like, oh, I want to take my friends here.
I think you'll love other islands way more, actually.
Really?
If you like that, because it's for Santorini, what they have is the view is unbelievable. The sunset is kind of everything there, because everything else you can find better beaches. Everything can be cheaper. It's just a little, even the like walking around, like that caldera, you know, going around there is fun, but it really is just how beautiful and picaresque it is. But I would say the actual, if you're a real beach bum, if you really just want to fucking lay on a beach, get fucked up, go to a little shitty restaurant that looks like shit, but you go, it's the best food you've ever had in your life. Because Santorini now, they know people are coming. They know it's like, you know, Mamma Mia, whatever the fuck. And so, like, now they have, like, when I went there at this point 6 years ago, and they had oat milk, I was like, this is a big problem. They know about oat milk. It's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, once they have alternative, like, you have to be 10 years behind on alternative milks in Greece for me to be.
Do they have goat milk at least? I feel like that would be sooner.
You could get goat milk, yes. I actually think they could pull some strings and get you goat milk, but
we did like, it was Tovah and I's like our vacation for the year, so we did a private boat, and we heard in the distance these other private boats playing Mamma Mia. And I asked them, I said, is this? And they said, it's every fucking day. It's every fucking day. Americans come here and they play Mamma Mia.
Like,
that's
it's not enough for them to just like do it. They have to be so literal about it. Oh man.
It is a good show. It's coming back to Broadway.
It's back.
I saw it when I was like in 7th grade, and it was my first, I mean, other than Lion King, my first musical. It was my AOL screen name. I loved it. It was when I was still young enough to like, oh my God, they're dancing in the aisles. It felt like we reinvented theater.
Right,
we broke the fourth wall.
The form.
Yeah.
They were doing new exciting things with the form.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And Mamma Mia was my screen name at my mom's house, and then when I got to my dad's, I set up a new. It was Papa Pia. That's how much I fucking love this shit.
Yeah, your dad wanted to enforce gender roles.
Yeah,
he was like, you can't be Mama
in this house.
I'm cheating in this house. I can't have an effeminate straight son in here. Either be gay or be Papa Pia.
It's so funny. My dad never was like man up. Thank God. I never had that.
Well, that is interesting because we do associate a pussy getter with the toxic masculinity, but that's actually not necessarily true. And in fact, I would argue the European style of like Lothario is pretty effeminate.
Yes.
Is kind of like you are a little more in touch. They were well groomed before the concept of metrosexual even was, bubbling up. These were just like guys who, it was almost like, all right, we'll let you look good as long as you're fucking. As long as you're mistreating women, you can have the trappings of a gay man. Yeah. But the second you're not, we make fun of you. You know
For
what
every
I mean?
bun you do it, you have to have one affair.
Yeah.
For each
Yes.
Yeah, he was. And he wasn't born in Italy, but I think he just took that from like The Godfather.
Yeah,
that's how he.
Yeah,
that's definitely a huge cultural thing. Is like one of maybe my favorite episode of The Sopranos is when they go back to Italy and everyone's these fucking Goombas. Like, these guys are fucking embarrassing. And there's a lot of that. American Italian culture is just a different thing completely from actual Italians.
Do you think it's just a blending of like American masculinity mixed with like it's weird. Like how much my dad thought he like is Italian.
Yeah.
And then you go there and you're like, what were we doing?
Right. You're not that. I mean, I go up again. I don't know, because for Italian specifically, it just is so inextricably linked with crime, because culturally that's the like, Scorsese movies, starting with The Godfather and then like Scorsese movies, all this like, even like Staying Alive, that's the most like non-crime you kind of get, really.
My dad would say to me, truly, in middle school, son, don't ever get in bed with the mafia. And you're like, God, that's insane that you said that to me.
Yeah.
He'd say, if anything really goes down, we can take care of it.
They might need
problem at school, and I was like, are you saying you'd kill one of my classmates? Like, is that what you're implying here?
One day, son, the mafia, they might come to you. They might need someone to do a jazz tap routine before they serve linguine. And on that day, you will say, no, I want nothing to do with you.
Well, I think about what my role would have been. Stand-up comics. They tie
a guy up. They're like, you're going to tell us where the money is. And they're like, we're going to get real dangerous with you. And then you just start doing monologues. And they're like, stop! I'll tell you. Stop making me watch fucking Broadway. Some 14-year-old who thinks he's going to be on Broadway do a fucking harrowing monologue. I'll tell you anything you want to know. You're singing Cats. He's going to do it all. He's going to do Memories 8 times in a row if you don't tell us where the money is. That's your role in the mafia.
Just give me with the fucking wire.
Yeah, just kill me. Just fucking kill me.
Fucking do
it. Greeks and Italians were close.
I mean, I go up against this kind of thing too, where I do feel like I want to be like Greek, like it's very important to me, but on the same way with Italians, it's Greek American is a different thing than Greek. And I think when you go there, they don't look at you as Greek. Yeah. They're like, you're this American. Little American piece of shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that is something I think about a lot.
Do you think the distance between American Greek and Greek is the same as... Because is the deli like as the community formed more strongly? I don't know.
It's interesting because on one hand I would say I just think there are more Italians and there is more of a footprint in American. There's more of a like defined what it means to be Italian American in a way that I think can lead to some unity, but it also can mutate in its own thing that makes it much more different from actual Italian culture. Whereas with Greeks, there's a lot of people in like these isolated pockets, and it's not so much that we're our own thing, it's that everyone is very frozen in time and is a little more conservative than the average like Greek person in Greece, I would say. So it's like all my references, my parents came here in the 80s, and I'm a relatively recent immigrant as far as first generation immigrants go. My parents came here like 5-6 years before I was born.
Yeah.
But like all their friends are people who moved from the 80s. They all have the same kind of cultural reference. They're kind of stuck in time. And then also, like, Greek culture just got, like, I joke about getting oat milk, but it's like, they have fucking coffee shops in Greece. You know what I mean? Like, but in my head, I'm like, no, it's the shit, it's the same restaurant. It's, they make fun. It's like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's obviously a country that's progressed, that's gotten very different. And so, I don't know. It's interesting, and it's something I want to be Greek in the real sense now. It's something I think about a lot.
It's a cooler country. Would you move there? Like,
yeah, I think I would.
Yeah.
I think I would at least be there half the year.
Can you do comedy in Greek?
Can't quite do comedy in Greek. I could probably act in Greek because I am fluent.
Because the bar is low.
Because acting's bullshit, as we discussed on my podcast. It's really a hilarious.
But I've seen some of the Greek. I've seen some Greek spin-offs of American shows, and I go, oh yeah.
They love doing that. They would just steal. This is the thing I love about Greece is that there's no copyright law, and or just no one's gonna go after Greece. I don't know what it is, but you would see. There was Friends called The Buddy. There were shows called The Buddies, and it's just Friends, but they combined Monica and Phoebe for some reason. Like, it makes no sense.
Save
they just
money.
Were like, let's
save
get
money.
There's too many women in the cast. They're like, let's
and how
save
close
some money.
Is it? Like, did they have flashbacks to Fat Monica Phoebe?
I don't know if it ever got there.
Monica Phoebe.
But there were definitely plot lines I remembered, and then there was like, you'll be watching a shitty sitcom, like not sitcom, like a shitty dramatic, series, and like they'll do like a needle drop, it'll be the Beatles. And it's like, well, they didn't pay for this. They don't have Let It Be money on this fucking like SVU, Grease SVU or whatever.
My friend did. They were in the Modern Family, the Greek version of Modern Family. Her name. Can you look up Connie Metaxa? Because her father's like a famous
Greek.
They always say this the Sting of Greece. That's how she described it to me.
Wait, really?
Let's see his name.
Dad?
Because his last name's not Metaxa.
Yeah.
Do you know it's like spelling?
Konnie.
She does it differently, though.
Okay, yeah. Hold on.
Interesting.
Boom, right here.
Yeah, is that Connie?
Metaxa. And who's her dad? That's interesting.
It's his spouse.
Yeah, she like for some reason went to musical theater school with me in Florida.
Oh,
and
really?
Her dad is like a
Whoa,
mega
Lefteris
star.
Patazis? Get the fuck out of here. That guy's famous. And in fact, he's famous. He would steal American songs and just kind of like do like he had a fucking. I think he stole Dido. I think he stole like the Eminem song.
Really?
Like he's got some hilarious.
He did both
He stole
parts?
like He stole like he would steal these. He stole like these fucking hilarious melodies. I used to be much more versed on because he was a like traditional Greek like not folk singer but like kind of conservative music, old school, and then he did kind of like he got with the times in that he would like hear a cool American song and be like, I'm gonna just go ahead and take that and just like do a Greek version of that. He had like a
that's amazing.
but that's crazy that she went to. I had no idea. Yeah, her dad is famous as fuck in Greece for sure.
Yeah, it was one of those where like she was at school and like living like a regular college life, and then there were just hints of, oh, you're come from money.
Like, yeah. And it is the one normally I would say there's not that much. Like, that's really funny about a rich Greek, like, kids studying in America. Because you think of like, in going to art school, like really rich Asian kids or like sons of like, captains of industry, warlords. Like in Greece, it's like just a guy who stole American music, who kept himself relevant late into his 70s and 80s by taking American music. But you have to be a singer. There's not that much extreme wealth in Greece, which is maybe why it's a fucking sick country. And
I know he's famous because she talked pretty fast and loose. We're friendly, and then even at the end of the episode, because we talked about her dad, I was like, "This is all cool, yeah." And it was one of those like, I like get out of some class, turn on my phone, and it's like 28 messages for a Greek number.
Hilarious.
And I go, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm about to have to take down this episode.
Yeah. He's good though. He is a good singer.
Yeah,
he's legit awesome.
He's older though.
He's old as shit.
Right,
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me he has a daughter that's like this young. I think he's on his Al Pacino shit to some degree. I certainly would be
dating. He's with his wife is pregnant.
Al Pacino?
Well,
yeah, Al's about to become.
I don't know about wife.
Really?
No, come on.
Can you look up Al Pacino?
Al's a bachelor, brother.
Right now? He must be because he...
You know he was on and off with Diane Keaton.
I know. Well, that's why I saw that thing. I was like, I thought he was married, and while married said, like, I fumbled Diane Keaton. I was like, brother, you can't say that. That's going to be a fight when you get home.
You can. His wife, if he had a wife, she'd be on
Every
TikTok.
guy.
She wouldn't be listening to fucking, she wouldn't be reading Vanity Fair. She'd be fucking, doing a 6'7" meme or whatever.
There
the
were
fuck.
like 7 guys this week that
vote.
were like, I fumbled Diane Keaton. Like,
and you get it. You absolutely get it.
Annie Hall, one of the best.
Great.
For my money, one of the
great
best.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. It's like, and it's so funny that the one guy who holds up as a stand-up from the 60s is literally Woody Allen. Like, it's the only one that's not dated, that has like modern joke structure. And it's
What's the one I love? He goes like, something about oral sex, the perfect contraception. Do you guys want to know what a perfect contraception? I asked a woman for oral sex. She said no. And it was
He's got some bangers, but yeah, I mean, Diane Keaton, how you feel like a fucking idiot, you know, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's a good lesson for the boys out there. Just fucking, if you got an absolute dime piece.
I love the Jack Nicholson story the most.
I didn't hear that
He
one.
was doing what's the movie they did together? Better, It Gets Better.
Something's Gotta Give.
Something's Gotta Give.
Yeah.
Late in the game.
Yeah, and he told like the director something. He's like, Diane Keaton had a love monologue, and he was like, I think she's really in love with me.
Whoa. For Jack Nicholson to say that shit.
Okay, so did you know this about Woody Allen?
I've heard. I think what you're going to say. No. I heard some pretty bad stuff.
So he dated, because he was friends with Diane Keaton, which people have to wrestle with on their own, whatever you want to do.
Sure.
He dated Diane Keaton. Also, he dated Diane Keaton's sister.
Oh,
also,
and her sisters.
He dated another one of Diane Keaton's sisters.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've known people with sisters.
Yeah.
I have sisters. The idea that someone would date first my sister Victoria, and then my sister Katie, and then fucked me.
Yeah.
That's an incredible. It's as if Woody Allen had a bingo card of every sexual experience.
Got to get the whole,
and
True.
Really.
And boy, do we know about some of those. Do we know about B and I? We heard about a couple of those big time. Yeah, that's how much. That's what a fucking pervert you have to be for the fact that you fucked a whole gaggle of sisters. Not to even
part
register.
Part of me is like, that's the most fucked up of them all.
I'm going to go ahead and say there's one. Even his on paper marriage is more fucked up.
I just put you out there. There's pedophiles who is like, both sisters?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you nuts?
They get mad when they were of age. The pedophiles are like, we thought we had an all-time great.
I unfortunately read that in
his book.
In his book.
Oh, okay.
How do you bring that up in your own book and it not sound braggy?
Yeah.
But I think he was braggy.
True.
He's obnoxious.
Yeah.
I'll go out and say it.
Wow.
He could be a little bit unsavory.
Wow.
Guys, I don't have a lot of time to make food, but I gotta eat. So I can keep podcasting, and I need something healthy. I need something fast, and that's why I'm proud to have our show sponsored by Green Chef, because Green Chef makes it easy to spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying fall. And with their new Heat and Eat meals, enjoy a delicious, wholesome meal in just 3 minutes. They're ready to nurture your nutritional needs. There are 80 plus dietitian approved weekly meal options. I've done some of these other things. There's not a lot of options. Or, it's a different option, but the cheese is different and the rest is the same. We got different things that fit your lifestyle. Pick from Mediterranean, gluten-free, plant-based, and protein-heavy, even gut and brain health. And there's some calorie-smart choices too.
So, make this fall your healthiest yet with Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50downside and use code 50downside to get 50% off your first month. Then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping. That's code 50downside at greenchef.com/50downside. We're two guys who sweat a lot. Gianmarco's on the road. He's doing comedy up there. It's hard work. I'm putting on a dress, getting into 80 minutes nonstop as an 11-year-old girl. We're sweating our pits off, man.
It's like if you're going to play an 11-year-old girl, you can't smell like a 40-year-old man.
No.
And that's why Mando deodorant plus sweat control is here to help
you working men in the theater smell good. Not just the theater, everywhere else, but we know our fan base. It's got clinical strength sweat control, deodorant re-engineered to stop odor before it starts. Before it starts. Guys, it's not just about covering up the stank, it's about preventing it in the first place. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code DOWNSIDE at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping.
100% Gianmarco. SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness.
No, I always think with Woody Allen, with Woody Allen, there was always a part of me where there's like, because of seeing divorce up close, I'm like, oh, it made sense to me that someone could lie about something in the context of divorce, molesting someone.
Sure.
And then the HBO documentary came out.
Right.
And there was like, it was basically footage of, what's her name?
Mia Farrow?
The Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Mia Farrow, but the daughter.
Okay.
And, I had thought the way it was presented is like in a courtroom, they said, a little girl did ba. And you saw a tape and it was basically like her just like kind of sharing a story, like kind of shy about it. And you're like, you knew within a second, you're like, oh, he did that shit.
Yeah.
He did that shit.
Yeah.
In a way where, I think the narrative, it's just how the narrative, speaking of narrative, so I wrote, because you're the only one that I felt like I could get good advice from on this very particular topic.
Sure.
Was I wrote, Stavros was one I wrote because I did Hassan Piker's show, and there was all the like dog electric collar things.
Yep,
and I'm like looking on the internet, I'm like, the internet's crazy, but is this a thing? Should I be worried? And you had to understand Twitch, you had to understand Hassan, you had to understand the internet, you had to understand comedy.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, there's so few people that I know.
Yeah.
And I just met Stavros 3 weeks ago, and it's like, well, here's it. But it was funny in that I'm taking in all these things from the internet, people saying Hassan Piker abuses his dog. Yeah, well, and then the second I walked in there, into his home, and like the dog comes up and runs to me, I'm like, this is crazy.
No, there's no way. I mean,
this is insane.
That's funny because I didn't even think about the context because of you not really knowing that world. But like, when in doubt, it's just guys mad at Hassan. Yeah, he is the biggest lightning rod because like. Between I mean, literally, they act towards Hassan the way they think he acts to his dog, where it's like he's like, you have far left politics, which immediately kind of people attack you for whatever, but then he's just a piece of ass, and what most of the, and he's rich, and what most of the like. He's like the perfect guy in a lab. He's like a hot Muslim who fucking like talks about left politics and got rich off their platform for video games. But he talks about how Trump is bad on it, and it's like, of course, it's like you invented a guy for the stereotypical like groiper incel whatever fan to be mad at. Having said that, he is a piece of shit. He's a Turkish dog as far as I'm concerned, and I don't want to. Do not clip me. Whatever you do not clip me giving him compliments. Yeah, that is my one thing. Yeah. I would like. I don't want to be seen on the record as supporting Hassan too much because I also hate him for those exact reasons. Yeah. And I am looking forward to his inevitable downfall when the Trump-controlled media does take his Twitch account away. Yes, that'll be the one silver lining. When we lose freedom of the press, Hassan will have to go back
while
to
he's on stream.
Yeah.
The chat will be like, look behind you, look behind you, look behind you. It was more just like the thing of where I had it's how video can paint a narrative, and in my mind, I think the thing I was like, yeah, it isn't fair to make a dog stay in frame all the time. Like it's got to be. It like started to bleed in,
hilarious.
And then you're there and you're like, the dog's wandering around, and there's this gigantic fucking dog. He's just lying down next to my leg, and you're like, yeah, dogs lie down. Yeah, but it didn't convince me, but it did get under my skin enough that I was like, am I am I making a bad decision right now?
That's
and then
hilarious.
I walked in there, and I swear to God, the second I saw the dog, I was like, you idiot.
Right.
How powerful this.
Yeah.
That's crazy because
So many clips and these Twitch streamers, they're on camera.
Yeah.
I think
Their whole time. I mean,
whole time.
their whole
and so
life
there's
is on
3
camera.
clips where Hassan moves his hand like this and the dog goes like this and you go, it's a shock.
Yeah.
And it's more just to really accept, oh yeah, I can be manipulated. I
Yeah,
can be
that's
moved.
fascinating because I didn't even consider that as part of the advice because I guess I really try and not think of any of that as reality, even though it is, right? Like you can't help that like public opinion and the internet like just does affect your life.
Yeah.
But I try really hard.
I feel like you've had to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean-
in a way that I'm maybe as every new notch is like new. Like I remember when the one mean comment would.
Oh, right.
And then it's like, all right, this tweet that 68,000 people like that says I suck.
Right.
Okay,
right,
that's
right.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
And-
that was
and-
one of
but
my best
gradually.
tweets, by the way. That was some of my best engagement that month. No, but I know what you mean, and yes, I do think part of it is like coming up on Cumtown is like being inoculated for online hate.
Yeah.
Like I got the bad mean comment vaccine because
Yeah.
out of the gate you're getting hit with like, you know, you fat piece of shit, you know, you're not funny. You
Was
know,
it ever
like-
tough? Was there ever like one sensitive area?
There was some time. There was like some shit. I mean, they got kind of wild where they were like kind of go like some people messaged my mom like mom weird shit, and you know like our different relationships were kind of in the like that was targeted, and that really bothered me because it was like I got to be honest. I do think I got pretty past it personally because it's like, you know. It's not like it's new for someone to call you a fat piece of shit or to say you're not funny. And it's like, the thing is, I'm over the body image stuff in a way that like they really can't hurt me. It's like you could argue. My doctor would argue I'm over it too much. You know what I mean? I should be.
Your doctor's commenting like, correct.
Yeah. Listen to these fucking online racists. They're right. You are gonna die at this rate. And then, like, when somebody tells me I'm not funny, it's like, unfortunately, I have mental illness where you'll never convince me I'm not funny.
Yeah.
That's the way you decide this is your job,
yeah.
where it's like, so you can't really hit me in those places. So I was over it pretty quick. I mean, you don't like seeing a fucked up comment, but it's just... You almost are like, this is kind of cute, like.
Yeah.
And I also, what I said about Hassan, it's like I get being mad at my life. If you're a fucking ugly fat guy who listens to podcasts all day, my life's fucking awesome. I did. Your dream was podcast. It was like you being the guy who gets to laugh at a guy making racist jokes, right?
Sure,
That was my job, right? Being chief laugher for a guy making racist jokes.
Yeah.
It was ironic for us, but like they don't know that, right?
Yeah.
And that's their dream. And then not only that, but I parlayed that into a weird, like I don't even understand how I got a mainstream entertainment career. Like I thought I could eventually maybe act in some stuff down the line, but like my life's gone really fucking good. So I get if you have my exact statistics on paper,
Yes.
I kind of am living the highest percentage of a fat, balding 5'7" podcaster. Like there's no one who's 285, 5'7" with this hairline that has a better life than me. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure. Maybe like some nepo. Maybe there's like a fucking Saudi prince who's like the one we don't even see on TV that has like a harem that he gets to.
Yeah.
But maybe his life is like a little better, but probably less fulfilling than mine. You know what I mean? Like so I get it because a lot of these comments are coming from guys.
He probably gets more upset about the comments. He's like,
right.
Did you see that comment?
He's
Kill him.
face tuning himself. Like I'm not doing any of that.
Do you
know
think
what
they
I mean?
have mental health covered? Like, hey, don't kill the commenter.
No,
it's okay.
I think they're like, for your birthday, we got you the guy who said you were fat. He's hog-tied in the other room. Do whatever you want. Like, I think that's how it goes, actually.
Yeah, I find it's the comments, the fat, unfunny. It's the ones where they're misinterpreting something as that's what bothers me the most. Is like if it's like a fun, light conversation about Colgate,
right,
and it's misinterpreted as like a classist, like crazy thing.
Yeah.
That's when I get. the most mad.
But you have to imagine who these people are.
I know.
And you have to think, like, what if we were in the same room?
No, I know.
It wouldn't be like
this. It would be
this.
fine.
You know what I mean?
It would
Like,
be
not
fine.
only would it be fine, but they would be scared to say anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that's what helped me a lot. Because, yes, maybe that first wave of, like, hate shit, it's like, but, you know, it's just like, it's really just imagining, what if this was real life? And that's scary because I do think we are getting away from real life mattering. I think people are going to be signing up for the Matrix pods pretty soon because who they project themselves to be. I mean, you see it with all these like white supremacists on Twitter where they're like, their AV's like some fucking like ripped guy or like some guy with a gun or like a Roman statue. And it's the fattest, most misshapen head, fucked up looking guy you've ever seen in your life. You're like, oh, you guys really love how fake the internet is because you're a fucking loser.
But the Trump that's like ripped.
But they're gonna
AI ripped Trump or whatever. Yep.
I just imagine though, like it's like you're gonna long for the real life. You're ultimately not gonna feel happy. It's like, you know, if you watch porn all day, you still want. If you have a fleshlight, you still someday want to like find someone who's breathing while you're doing it.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know anymore.
I just think the fact that like the goggles, like I did one show in the metaverse or whatever the fuck, and you're just like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
This is just not it.
And I agree with you, and it'll never be the same for me, right? Like it's interesting growing up, like aging and seeing where you are in like when you hear about someone who doesn't have a smartphone and you're like you're like, oh, Christopher Nolan's awesome, no smartphone. I couldn't do it, but he does it. Like, but now it's like with AI, I will never have AI. I will be one of those guys that I've never made an account. I'm not interested in it. It's just not something I give a fuck about. But I understand that I do think AI is going to, I don't think it's what people think it's going to be, but I just mean like, I have reached my limit of where I'm comfortable with technology for the rest of my life. Yeah. And it'll pass me, and I'm fine with that. I mean, some of that is having the money to do that too. Like I can set up a little, you know, a house with no devices if I want to, right? If you're poor, you just kind of have to interact with some of this shit anyway. But like I see I see that for myself, but I also understand kids born today, their concept of how appropriate devices is so much fucking different than mine.
Of course.
And I think it seems crazy to me that I would not want to fuck a real woman instead of instead of like the Auto Blow 3000 or whatever with goggles on. But you know what? It's probably a lot easier to do that.
There's like something deep in that, like there's something materially different.
Of course.
But like truly that
like these guys are standing between two options right
a beautiful woman begging them to fuck.
Begging to fuck them. Or a hole.
And I get that. And you're not respecting science and technology because the one thing that leads us is like guys being able to fuck stuff, right? Dick pills.
I had a fleshlight. I put it in between. I put it in between the mattress. The box spring and the mattress so I could do it doggy style. Because when it was like this, I was like, this is jerking off. I got a better grip.
Sure.
But in between the bed, that
did it for you.
Pillow on the floor for my knees.
There you go.
Brutal.
Of course.
Brutal.
Yeah, I never got that into fuck. That's too much of an active jerking off for me.
But you ever try like a fleshlight?
I did like literally, like I got one in college as like a gag gift or something, and it really was not for me.
But that I don't think it is for any. I think it's to try,
It is.
and then you go, God gave me the fleshlight.
It's not. Yeah, you're not.
But I have.
You know how Steve Jobs said we don't need a pen. Like God gave you 10 pens. I'm like, God gave me 2 perfect fleshlights.
Oh wow,
with they can change grip.
Your left is a perfect fleshlight. Wow, you're ambidextrous jerk off wise.
I'm trying to think. It depends. Sometimes the laptop will be here.
Wait, really?
I have heard that friends of mine go left so they can scroll with their right.
Yeah.
And I would say that in and of itself is proof that technology is changing our basic humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that they've made it so that your offhand is now your jerk hand for some people so that they can manipulate technology better while jerking off. That's step one of putting the goggles on and, submerging yourself in dick-sucking goo or whatever like the meta jerk off booth of 10 years will be. You're gonna go into a hot tub, and you're gonna put goggles on, and you're just gonna be like, oh, nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be awesome.
I think the problem is, it's, again, if you socialize at all, like the idea of having a sex doll, it's like, where am I putting this?
Yeah, you must have a room for at least a walk-in
Yeah,
closet.
it's tough.
Like,
That's tough.
You can't have a New York City.
In New York
apartment
City, my
with a
God,
sex doll.
it would
You have
have to
a
be part of
Murphy
the
doll
decor.
To get it
You have a
delivered.
Murphy doll. It's fucking. It's in the wall. You take it out and fuck it.
Just hanging from a
Hey, is this the code closet? No.
I think AI is going to. I guess Sam Altman announced they're basically removing some. They're making so you can use AI to make. They used erotica or mature entertainment.
I mean,
and I think this is where
That means they're on the ropes.
I think this is where AI is going to come face to face. People underestimate how much all technology will be used for porn. I think people, I don't know how, but they don't realize most of the internet's porn. People use
course.
porn. It advances technology.
Yes.
And I think people are going to be shocked. I don't know why, but they're going to be shocked that 95% of what AI will be used for is someone sees a hot person and they want to see them naked or view a porn with them. It's going to be used for that. And the more realistic it gets, the more upsetting those things will be. And I think that's where I pray some of these laws will pop up inhibiting AI. Because I think the things you're going to see, and I'm talking also like Trump sucking off JD Vance in a way that's, oh my God,
really graphic,
like
and
really, you see
Really
the
hot.
spin.
Yeah. Seeing those jowls move.
It's way too like appealing.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to be really they're going to be confronted with the problem, I think, in a way that they haven't dealt with before.
I mean, that already has happened though, and I think
not as easily as
it's happened with celebrities. Like there's big. I mean, speaking of Twitch streamers, like it was happening to because they're on the bleeding edge of people. These are online. Their fans are very, very online, and it's like there were immediately controversies where
someone got busted because this is why I could never be a Twitch streamer. It's like he had a tab, and the tab, I believe, was like a porn fake of another famous Twitch person.
Yes.
I mean, the way my tabs, I'm not doing that. I'm saying, my tabs are. I talk about all the time. The number of times I open up my laptop and I
was with him once. We had a restaurant. He opened it up. Porn, just blasting.
What was it blasting?
Luckily, it wasn't playing.
Okay,
but
I'm having tabs up.
Sure.
I'm slow. But that's an ADHD thing. It's not even.
Sure. Yeah, you nut. Close the laptop.
Yeah.
Go immediately to sleep. Although even a laptop is sort of that's very it's a treat to jack off with a laptop.
I'm using a laptop. I mean, now I use phone, but I open up 8 tabs and then I only watch one. But I'm really ambitious. It's gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come
you
through
like a
all
little
these.
appetizer.
Yeah.
You to start off with one, move on to the
or
next.
if I'm going to Texas, I'm like, let me keep this open. It's fully uploaded.
Yes, hilarious.
Yeah.
I know. I had to figure out loopholes to jack off in the UK as well.
But they're doing a license.
You
upload
have to
there?
you have to scan your face to jack off in the UK.
Yeah,
it's crazy, dude. It's fucked up.
While you're coming, that's your face?
They want to. Yeah. Oh, they're not detected.
You can't comment.
Yeah. They want to prove you can actually bust to watch porn. They're like, look, this is only for emergencies.
You know how they retina? It's like the retina. That's where it's really detailed. On who human being actually is.
Yeah.
Well, the true accuracy.
Face.
You're not face. Absolutely.
Someone does a fake face, all makeup, but then the other face just doesn't match. By the way, this is the downside. This is a place we can complain, get negative.
Yeah.
Fan of the show, join the Patreon. Patreon.com/downside. 4 bonus episodes every month. Did we? I mean, we go straight from the that you want to share to the
Oh,
listeners?
yeah. Just quickly, if you're not on the Patreon, hey, join the Patreon. My dog died yesterday.
Oh, no.
And but join the
R.I.P.
Patreon for the full tiers. I don't know why we did that Patreon. I was fresh off. Dog, we started dying.
I opened up the
Just
Riverside. I was like,
dying.
okay, I did the So Run rally. We got to talk about this, that, and the other, and let's go. And then Russell,
I was just like, my dog just died. I mean, so.
and I was like, we don't have to do this, buddy. We don't.
If you want to see me fully weeping on a Patreon, you gotta pay that money.
That's right.
So patreon.com/Johnside.
To see Russell crying.
But yeah, no, it's
love you, buddy.
brutal.
Oh,
but
fuck.
you know, everyone's good. I mean, not him, but yeah, man. It was. I will say, it happened quick, and so there's that. We didn't have to like take him in. It happened at home. The only downside of a dog dying in your home in the middle of the night is that no one will pick it up right away. So it's just sitting there on your floor, dead.
Yeah.
And
a balcony would have really come in handy.
I have one, but I was like, oh, I don't want to put its dead body out there. You know, I was like, so mean.
I know.
So I was like, you just cover it with a blanket. But
And just to be clear, Hassan did it. Yeah. How do you think I got on the stream? I said, I don't have a dog to sacrifice. He said, I've heard about this one.
But yes, R.I.P. Ziggy. Love you.
R.I.P.
If you want to hear more, join the Patreon.
R.I.P. Ziggy.
If you want to hear the details,
You want to hear the full story.
of how Russell found out his dog was dying.
Brutal stuff.
I don't think we've ever like fully been able to. We've never released the story about the other dog that you the one that you had to bring to the vet.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like I had to have talked about it on here. But
Share.
I'll share it if I had. Yeah. One of our other dogs we had to put down a long time ago, and
Really nice topic of conversation here, Gianmarco.
Yeah,
He's fucking mourning his dog. You're like, tell us about another dog that died. Do you have any other pets that died that you want to talk about, or even not even pets, maybe family members? Any entity that died early in your life.
You want to die?
No, not a dog. Yeah. Not a dog. We were asthma kids, so we never had like serious pets. My mom replaced me and my brothers with cats when we left, and they're still kicking. And so I will. That's the first animal I'll be sad if it dies, because they're old as fuck. I mean, my brother went to college, and we're like in our mid-30s now. They're still, the cats are like 16 or 17 or some wild shit. Wow. And so those are, but yeah, we weren't really
asthma's just dogs, not cats.
No, cats too.
After though, she got him after we left the house.
Can you go into the house, or like it's just?
I think we just had like, I think there's childhood asthma or pediatric asthma that you get over, because I don't really have it anymore. Really?
Did you have the
I had an inhaler and shit. We had the nebulizer back in the day.
Is that different than an inhaler?
It's just some shit where it's like it's steam and you just have to fucking suck it in for like a half hour or some shit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Were you? Because you did sports stuff. Mm-hmm. What were your sports? Because you did football.
I did football for a little bit.
Football boy over here.
I did. Yeah. I did football for. We grew up playing soccer, and then I did
because the Greek.
Because the Greek thing. My dad played soccer in Greece, and we, it was fun. I loved playing soccer, and then, but I always wanted to kind of play football, and then I've told the story before, but basically our coach gave our JV coach gave a kid pornography. In not even a Woody Allen way, but in like a I want this guy to think I'm cool way. Like he wanted to earn the respect of a fucking 14-year-old or whatever, which is not more pathetic.
No, I remember thinking
it's a different kind of
when
pathetic.
See teachers do that, and you're like, why are you doing that?
This is sad.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Wait, so okay. What are we talking to? Playboy?
I think it was not. Maybe Playboy, maybe a little more juice than a Playboy. Oof. Nothing, I don't know if it was a full hardcore. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Because Playboy,
they're not allowed to show a child tits or pussy, though.
No.
Yeah.
But there's levels. If it was
an FHM, if it was a Maxim, I think he would have been maybe like, chastised but not fired.
Yeah.
But I think once you show tits, it's over for you. As a public employee.
And he just said after practice, "Hey, here you go."
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. And then this kid confided in me and another friend. That was a big mistake because I immediately blew up his spot. I was like, this fucking loser gave this guy porn. I was making fun of the coach. Yeah. And then it became kind of a thing. He was like,
did you know at the age like, oh, this is going to fuck up this dude's life? that he got?
Nah, I mean, I guess, but it was also
Did it like destroy?
I don't want to. I knew this guy. He was in the he's a scandal-ridden. Here's the other thing. I knew this guy from like Greektown. Actually, we grew up in the same neighborhood, and he had gotten in trouble for a crime. And so they hadn't. That's part of it. They had never performed a background check on him because our coach, they had to hire him last minute. So they don't do a background check on him, and he gives this kid porn. And then once he gives him porn, they're like, "Well, now we got to fucking run a background check because if this guy's a fucking child molester, we're fucked."
Yeah. Sure.
And then they find out that he had like, done a robbery or some shit, and they're like, "Fuck, we weren't supposed to hire him he wouldn't have passed the background check, and he's giving a kid pornography." So they dissolved the soccer team, but so they let us join any fall sport, and that was kind of my backdoor way into football because my parents were very anti me playing football because of the whole they were right. I mean, they just scramble a child's brain or whatever. Did you play? How long did you play? Did you play?
I played through high school.
Okay, nice.
Enough to have an impact.
Yeah.
There's moments where I go, there it is, creeping out.
What did we play? D-line? I was a D-line.
I was a center, offensive
center. Oh, I was a nose guard. I was your natural enemy.
Yes.
I was lined up against you. It's just the
defensive.
It's the defensive lineman that's right across the center. So my job was just to fuck up Russell.
And is that really like? To me, these seem like positions that could be interchangeable. Like you could do one and do the other. It's a different.
There's an offensive team and defensive team, and I mean, I'm snapping the football. He's running to try and
Yeah, but does that mean like you're better at holding your ground and you're better at moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And were you? I did football one year, and it was like absolutely.
I would have loved to see that.
I don't think I ever participated in the game.
That would have been fucking awesome if you were on our team.
To think of it,
you would have gotten so bullied. It would have been awesome. We fucked some kids up, dude. Like I felt bad. There was kids that got it bad with kind of your body type, you know, not even going into personality. But this kid was kind of like a showman. It might have been similar, except his dad was trying to get him to man up a little. Yeah, and so he threw him to the Wolves, which is like a Baltimore City public school football team. Even though we were a magnet school, it's not as fucking crazy.
Sure.
It was still pretty bad.
Like, what were you doing?
Me, I wasn't fucking with this kid, but this particular kid, but like, I mean, he's just getting physically assaulted.
You're just doing drills like we're literally like
the job.
I was thinking the other day, a drill that we would do is two of us would lie on the ground with our heads like to each other on our backs, and then the coach would stand over you with a football, and then he would drop it on one of you. You didn't know who he was going to drop it on, and whoever got dropped, you both get up as fast as you can, and the other one has to tackle the person as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Or there was just drills you just run at each other and try to hit each other as hard as you could.
I hear this and I go, is sports not a kind of secret military training?
I don't even think it's secret.
Is it? Yeah.
No, for real. I mean, I think it is like clearly. I mean, I think football was conceived of as a peacetime version of war. The thing they were playing in the Ivy Leagues, which is like has nothing that doesn't look. It was kind of like trench warfare, where it's like you move a little bit, you move back, you move a little bit, and yes, absolutely. And I also think you see that in the politics of every good athlete. To have an athlete that's not just like fascist is crazy. Like they're like some of my favorite players are like, you don't want to hear what they have to say about anything.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's fucking crazy.
Someone tells them to run, they run. Like, it's very like you listen to orders, you follow the instructions. 100%. There's not a lot of questioning authority.
And it is the kind of thing where the most powerful you have to think about what a pro athlete's life is, because it's like they've been the best their entire life. They've never had to question themselves, and it's been through like sheer force, will. Like they don't even. Some of them it's talent, but for them it's like, especially football, it's like it's attrition plus talent, and you have to be the strongest, biggest guy, and there's really no place for weakness or second guessing. And so it kind of makes sense why militaristic fascist thinking, because in a weird way that is how you survive. Like you have to be super fucking like a fascist soldier's dream, or like a fascist general's dream is like the superstar running back or defensive lineman or whatever. And so it's like, in their world it is like I'm strong as fuck. I'm the man. I destroy my enemies. I cause them physical pain. They're never the same. It's like, and I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah, and then you want them to have the CTE because you're like, we're gonna need some suicide missions.
Of course, yeah. We have to set our guys up for our kamikaze pilots. It's not gonna be because of honor. It's gonna be because you're yeah. We'll take guys over Jets practice squad.
If we ever went back to war and they said we got to send every NFL team, you like sports.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that what you're saying about it being fake war is actually useful because I think that's a sign of progress in society.
Yes.
Because that's where we want our strongest fascist-leaning guys focusing. It's not on politics. It's on cover 2 defenses and shit like that.
People on the outside, though, they go, why are we singing the national anthem? And it's like, because this is connected to the thing.
Yeah, like I think even soccer, it's cool when you see, like it's fucking crazy when you see England and France play a soccer game. These are countries that were at war for hundreds of years with each other.
Yeah.
It was just like, and now it's that same vibe over like whether like a 5'4", 110-pound guy gets a goal or not.
Yeah.
I would rather we put all that energy into that.
And if there's chaos in the street and one person dies, it's like, listen.
Could have been a lot worse.
You've seen Jeffrey Asmus had such a classic bit about the difference between sports rivalries in America. And
I haven't seen that one.
Your great grandfather killed my great grandfather.
That's hilarious.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, you see it too. I mean, the vibes are fucking crazy in European game. Like, look at the European, even basketball. They're shooting like fucking, like Greece got kicked out of the fucking the Greek championship had to be postponed because an owner pulled a gun out on a referee. Like, or he at least accosted a referee with a gun very visible. And it was like, they're like, all right, we have to pause. Like, they care a little more. It's fucking insane. But yeah, it's awesome.
Ref? You'd be a great...
I would not want to be a ref. No.
Seems like an awful job.
Too much pressure.
Is it an awful job?
Yeah.
Or is it like you're
everyone
like
hates you.
Everyone hates you.
Everyone hates you.
You have to pay such good attention.
Yeah.
Do you ever... Do you ever rub up, like when I see football, and I can watch a football game and enjoy it, you know? I can watch a football game. My dad tried. That's where my dad did try.
What's your dad into? What was it? Was he a football guy?
We were watching the Washington Redskins.
Right.
We were close to DC.
Yes,
we were watching that, but
they were pretty.
They were not great.
Right before you were born, they were pretty good. So that makes sense maybe why your dad was a fan, because they kind of won a couple championships and then were horrible until, honestly, a couple years ago.
Yeah, so we do that, and we did... we watched basketball. Like, I was definitely a Michael Jordan was right in the pot. I had two...
The time.
Well, he was a Wizard right when you were probably like 14, 15.
Yeah, but I was like enjoying the... Space Jam legacy of Michael Jordan. I was really into Space Jam.
That makes sense.
That's a good way to get kids into sports. Get some cartoons in there.
Of course.
And then Patrick Ewing lived in Potomac, Maryland.
Right.
And drove the same car as my dad, but with tinted windows, and that was like cool.
Sick. What was the car?
Oh God, I forget. It was my dad.
Must have been a big car for Patrick Ewing.
It was nice.
Lincoln Navigator. Yukon Denali.
I'd have to ask my dad.
Anyway,
whatever. That's one thing he'd actually text back. But it was
must have been an SUV though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Do you ever feel when, like, I guess I look at you like you engage in these kind of masculine things?
Ure. Yeah.
But then I look at, like, I was thinking about, we talked on your podcast about we both like get naked for a photo shoot of a thing in a way that doesn't fit necessarily this. Do you ever feel out of place when you're with like the guys at the football game or anything that makes you are a little bit artsy fartsy?
Yeah, I am definitely for sure. No, I don't feel out of place. I just feel like I don't feel I feel it at home in both places. Is basically what it comes down to, and it does shift. In certain rooms, people look at me like I'm fucking, Chairman Mao. They like this. He's a fucking communist. Like there was when I first got to New York, there was a lot of like at clubs because I was opening for Bobby Kelly, and to Bobby I was like his gay communist opener. You know what I mean? Like I was the most like they can't even fathom my opinions on stuff.
Yeah.
Like Bobby still can't wrap his head around the fact that you can be horny and have left politics. Like to him, being a dirtbag means you have to be conservative, which I still try and like. That doesn't make any sense and shows what you think of the right. You know what I mean? But it's, and then I would go to alt rooms, and this is the heart of like right before cancel cultures when it was really revving up, and it was like the Clapter era, and I'm going to alt rooms as. Oh, I'm like fucking. I'm a club comic. Yeah. I'm a fascist in those rooms. Yeah. And when Come Down was early on, and boy, did they know a lot of people in the like. People always kind of liked me personally, but they're like, we don't like your show.
What year is this?
This is probably I first got here in 2014, I think, and Come Down really got popping. End of 2015, 2016.
Because I started stand-up in 2016. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's just sometimes I don't always, in my mind, wokeness, cancel culture, or just like that divide felt very visceral right before COVID. And then COVID, it was hyper-accelerated.
Oh, I think 2016 is when it really started. Like, I do think there was like all this like, that was the height of people getting like fired. I mean, Shane getting fired from SNL was a big part of it. I think the Bernie bro bullshit that like Hillary Clinton's campaign tried to do, like that was like the height of the Democratic Party understanding they were offering nothing to anyone, and so what they especially when you're running a woman. You have to do this respectability. Like these guys are misogynist, and we have to watch our language. And like, I think in my recollection, that was kind of the height of like looking at old tweets and like that kind of shit.
Which just was so funny was Cuomo at the debate last night was bringing up Zoran's tweets, and you're like, oh, you're using this like it's a very dated thing. We've kind of moved a little bit past.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. He's like pulling his dick out. He's putting his dick in between a fucking chicken cutlet sub. He's like, "Hey, sweetheart," he's asking his secretary, "Would you like some lunch?" That, and he's like, Zoran tweeted something about Jews. Zoran gave the middle finger to the Columbus statue.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
I know. You're desperate when you got Cuomo trying to rally Italian pride.
Did you watch any of it? Because Curtis Silva was like, I mean, Cuomo was like, oh, those accusations, they were all political, and Curtis wanted to be like, all 13?
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank God someone said the number, all 13.
Yeah. It was very funny because, I mean, shout out to Curtis Silva for how, like, what a hilarious guy he is. Because this was kind of his... He hates Cuomo so much, and he is sticking to his guns. Like he's been trying to be mayor for fucking ever, and he's like an old... I mean, it sucks that now we have to be like, at least I like my New York Republicans not homophobic and racist. But it's Curtis Silva is just a guy who is in New York, has been here forever, is a cool New York guy, but wants lower taxes. You know what I mean? It's like, that is what a New York Republican should be. You know what I mean?
You not like a conversation with that guy.
Not someone bought by fucking Donald Trump, not, all this kind of bullshit. And it's like, ultimately, obviously, I don't want Curtis wants to be fucking mayor, but it's like it's funny that he gets his little like moment in the sun now, because in a weird way this is the biggest the microscope that he's going to be under. People have been paying attention to him, and he did get to fucking stick to his guns and be a thorn in Andrew Cuomo's side in a funny way.
I did like, because there was the thing of like, do you take taxis, kind of like are you part of the working man, and he was like, no, I was shot in the back of one, though. Yeah. So, what are you going to do?
I know.
Are you going to fight me on that?
Yeah.
I should do it again?
I got shot thing.
I got shot.
He had that in his back pocket for sure.
Did you feel any frustration with, so you have leftish views, and there's the thing of if you're edgy, or if you're just making certain jokes in this territory, you are part of this. Did you feel any annoyance with the lumping in of that? Were you surprised that maybe people you found funny or friends politically being so different? I mean, have you felt it? I think people are always surprised, and again, I've listened to Come Down like I'll put up on Spotify best to come town.
Sure,
and I'll be
sure.
let's
Some
see
bangers
this.
on there, man.
Of course,
some good stuff on
but
there.
But also like how fun it would have been to be along for the ride. when it was happening.
For sure.
You
for
can't
sure.
recreate it
For sure.
So I have all these best of Tim Dillon, and I'm like here and there, but. I think people sometimes act like surprised, and they shouldn't be, but they're like, "Wow, I agree politically, or I like what these people are doing after the fact."
Right. I mean, to me, that shows being fucking stupid and not being able to engage with I mean, not to say a podcast. This is my problem because I do believe in art and I do like to think about it, but what I've made my living off of is the two lowest forms of art in existence, which is stand-up and podcasting, respectively. Mm-hmm. Podcasting is the one thing where I'm like, wow, it's the one thing that's made me like, I guess stand-up's art because this is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
I disagree about the stand-up.
No.
I disagree about the stand-up.
It's low level. It's very low-level art.
What's high-level art then?
I would say filmmaking. I would say writing a fucking novel. I would say I would say it is hard to express very intricate ideas. I think stand-up is a limiting art form that it's at its best when you're making someone laugh every 30 seconds. And that's, by the way, that's my philosophy, right? I don't like a lot of fucking monologue-y bullshit. I don't like I think the job of the stand-up comic is to make people laugh a lot and and that's it. That's actually the whole job in my opinion. And I don't care how you do it,
sure.
Right? And so to me it's like one step above fucking, getting a fucking clowning, which is absolute dog shit as well. But it's like getting hit in the nuts or getting a pie in the face. It's like, all right, let's do the verbal version of that and get people laughing. And I do think there's a big problem. Once stand-up comedians believe they are important, it's over for them.
For me, it's not about like I certainly no way am I like this is important. I just go like. There are times I want to go see a ballet. It's very few. There's times I want to go watch a movie. And there's times I want to laugh and need to laugh.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like one of those where people go like, this is bullshit. And I'm like, well, we dedicated our lives to this bullshit. We must respect it.
I love
some
it.
Capacity.
First of all, don't tell me. I'm not saying I don't love it.
Yeah.
But people love football. That's fucking dumb too. You know what I mean? Like people love people dedicate their lives to fucking comic books or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? You could just. And I have dedicated my life to it, and I like that it's a low-level art, and I'll never get away from it. This is my calling in life. I understand that, but I do think there's a problem when people start looking to comedians for
well, that's what I
think the art form is be fucking funny.
Yes, of course.
Full stop. There is no other element to it. There is nothing else. And that's why I say it's low, because it's like, it is not complicated. Mm-hmm. It is like somebody who is mentally disabled can be an incredible stand-up comic. Yeah. No shots at them, right? You know what I mean?
And I think there's a separation of being funny doesn't mean you're anything other than that.
Yeah.
Like people think, oh, you're funny, you must be wise.
Exactly. Which, by the way, I love that anyone can do it. That's what I like. That's part of what I like about it. It's that because you get people who are fucking very over-intellectual and are really smart people that cannot do stand-up comedy, right? And then you get people who couldn't do anything fucking else and they're savants at comedy, right?
Yeah.
And I love that about it, and I think it makes it very interesting, and I love that you can't teach it. There's no, I bust your balls about acting school, whatever, but it's like, yeah, you can go to acting school. You can get coached in acting. I don't think you can go to stand-up comedy school. I think you have to learn it yourself, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what's beautiful about it in that sense. But
that's where I go. It's beautiful. It's like
but
low
it's
class,
fucking. You can't see. You can. All you can do
savant.
Yeah.
You said the word savant and savant.
But you can be a savant at making sandwiches. You know what I mean? And making a double cheeseburger. There's a guy at McDonald's who is the savant at making double cheeseburgers, and it is the platonic ideal of the fucking cheeseburger. But it's a fucking cheeseburger. He's not Michelin starred, whatever. And there's beauty in that.
Sure.
But let's not say it's complex. That's my point. Is that I don't, and this was all an aside to say that I don't even remember where we were talking about being mad about people not understanding.
Yeah.
Basically, and my point was I was trying to actually make a point about how it is art, but a low level of art, right? And my annoyance at people being surprised that I'm not reactionary or whatever is that they don't understand like when you do something in context of your life, your stage as an artist, and also where you are societally speaking, right? Because like when we were doing Come Down, it's like I still think it's important to have art where young people say fucked up shit, right? Because there is like a desire to buck against kind of what you were saying earlier about the white houses, whatever. Like there's a part in like youth where you want to go against authority, right? Yeah. That's some of the best art is like young people being like fuck this, and I think the comedy version of that is like being really vulgar and saying the stuff that culture at the time says you're not allowed to do, right? Yeah. Trolling essentially, but a high level of fucking trolling, right? Mm-hmm. And I think when you're in your mid-20s, you could argue that's a little late, but that's when Come Town started. I was 25, 26.
Well, it depends when you start. Some people start late.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was like, that's when that's funny to you. And also, we were in the height of like people getting canceled, and that is like, there was kind of stakes to having that kind of show back then. Yeah. Now you could get like you could be Department of Homeland Security if you do a podcast where you say slurs, right? Like now the actual flip side would be someone in their 20s making jokes about Charlie Kirk, because that's what culture tells you you're not allowed to do right now, right? Yeah. Like to me, it is important that youth rebels in a way, and it does piss me off because like I don't think what we were doing was reactionary. I think it was clearly ironic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think it was like, and even when like it was mean-spirited or whatever, and it got mean-spirited sometimes, it was bucking against sort of tattletale culture in a way. And by the way, my point, like my job in a lot of it was to sort of be the avatar for like, whoa, let's fucking chill out. Yeah. Because like there was also a dance in that too. You can't just have a guy saying fucked up stuff without somebody being like, without somebody showing the line so that when he steps over it, it has some value, because otherwise you're just like...
Well, that's what, like, I guess, I don't know if compound media is a thing anymore, but it just felt like a collection of further and further of no one there to push back. And then eventually some of them, I think, found out later, they're like, oh, I need to pull back. This is crazy, dude. And then there's betrayal and
Of course. But anyway, I just think, like, you know, part of, if there was, and I even hate analyzing, because at the end of the day I think we weren't thinking about this stuff. And I don't think the point of the artist, and I think part of the problem with comedy is everyone is really worried about their career and worried about how they're going to be perceived and worried about, like, that's not your job as the artist. Your job is to create things and not worry about how they're going to be fucking taken, right? And so you know, at the time I think that's just sort of like if there was one point, it was like, you can say fucked up stuff as a true joke with your friends who you know are good people, and that doesn't make you a bad guy, right? Yeah. And I think we have lost a little, like, that's one thing that I think we need to really remind ourselves, because, like, otherwise, you know, you should be allowed to say fucked up things and it not actually matter.
I think what the inverse is, because I you know, it was I was working on a idea of the importance of the group chat with your friends. That you needed a space.
Which I agree about.
Yeah. But then this thing comes out
group
with
chat
these,
gets leaked.
What was the Young Republican group? And by the way, they're called Young Republican, but they're in their 30s and 40s, per your point, past the age of... And in a way, I was like, oh, in my mind, my joke version was saying the R word, saying the F word, whatever. And then
treating
it was
yourself to one every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's funny, because it's not allowed. If it's just every time, it's not a little, it's not a fun little treat. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's people in the context of who you are. And then you see this, and it almost in a way, it made me look like, this is all in my own head, but I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong, because now you got these guys who are friends and in power, and everything's a rape joke or a racist joke or an anti-Semitic joke. And it's like, I think that's the inverse of the argument, because I feel that thing of like, you guys, we're being nuts. People say shit things sometimes.
But here's the difference, though. there's an erosion of professionalism. Like, here's the like, I actually do, like, look, they said fucking horrific shit in that group chat, whatever.
Yeah.
I fully believe people could have that exact group chat, and really their biggest crime is not being funny, right? There's plenty of people who just think like saying buzzwords is funny, right? Yeah. And so there probably are people in the world that could have that group chat, and they actually aren't fucking actually bad people, and we should engage. And we should engage with them and actually talk to them as human beings. Having said that, if you are in a position of, like, what happened to being like, that would be a bad look because of my job, right?
Yeah.
That's my problem with that group chat. It's like, just like, you don't even understand you can't say that shit because you have power, dude.
You have power. That's power. Yeah.
And even if it was meant as a joke, it's like, I don't want to live in a society where, like, guys with the levers of power can be talking about how cool Hitler is. Call me a fucking libtard. Sure. You know what I mean? That's kind of my line. It's like, if you can actually affect policy, don't joke on the record about, it's not even a little whisper to your friend when you know no one's going to hear. It's like, don't fucking do that. That's fucking sucks.
But I think that's what happened, where comedians suddenly became more cultural. They just became more famous. And suddenly there was like new power that it was like, well, fuck, I guess I shouldn't share medical thoughts loosely.
Totally.
And part was like, well, you got the power, so you just got to take that. I felt something recently where someone came up to me in Philly, an older woman, and was like, thank you for not doing Riyadh. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, God.
You, first of all, I wasn't offered.
Really? Your style wouldn't have gone over great in the desert?
And then second, I said, this is the danger for someone to like me for my morals.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Because that's not what I want to be selling. If that gets you to the club and then you like my comedy, that's fine. If you like my body, if you come to the club because you liked my picture, and then you go, oh, I like the comedy, and you're going to come to the club and you might go, oh, I thought you'd take your shirt off, and I was like, well, no, that's not what I actually do.
I
understand why you may have thought that. But that's the fear where I go, that's where I'm like, I've been feeling just doing the Zoran rally, a little bit of like, okay, watch it, because some people are going to like you for something that they're going to be disappointed, because I don't. I'm comedy first, not morality.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I have no interest in, like, it's not like that's not available to anyone. Like, right now, if you have any kind of platform, people want comedians to weirdly talk about. Like, I'm not interested in that at all.
But yet nonetheless, people are proud of your stance. They go, the comedians with integrity, like Stavros.
Yeah, but I would never fucking, like, it came up and I talked about it. And I was with my friends and I busted their balls about it. And but I would never, like, fucking, make a press release, or, you know what I mean? Like, I do think there was some milking of this shit that I also don't like, right? This is, now you could argue, have we gotten to the point where I definitely feel a little pressure to be a little clearer about where I stand on shit. And I hate, that's actually my biggest beef with, like, anti-woke comics, is that they sort of have even made me think about saying my stances. Because, like, I think in a perfect world, you should understand a comedian's politics through echolocation, which is like their jokes. They never tell you where they stand, but you bounce off of it, and you see where it's coming from. You know what I mean?
I sometimes think the setup is where you see their views. The punchline should be for the sake of humor.
Totally. It's just like, you shouldn't. For me, and again, philosophically, I think it's a low art form that's just like joke.
Yeah.
But it's also about getting honest, and you're one-on-one with the crowd, which affords you a type of, like, that's something other performers don't get, being that. So it's like, within that structure, you can sneak some like honesty in there.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not about what you believe, and it's just like, you just need to be fucking funny. And so it's really hard to just, if people understand where I'm coming from, that's great. And so I've been more vocal about certain things, because, you do a fucking podcast every week, something's going to come up. But, like, I try and stay away from it, man. And it's like, and not even in like a, I don't know. It's not even about keeping, your brand safe, because I hate that thinking too. Like a lot of people will be like, they won't comment because they're like, they don't want to fuck the bag up one way or the other.
Yeah.
To me, it's because of what I believe my job is, and it is to be funny, and that's it. And so I do try and keep it pretty like...
I think for me, it's also just I like to talk. I have a need to express my thoughts, whatever they might be.
The word you're looking for is annoying.
Yeah. Well, by the way, there's theater kids that like... I don't think, even if I had succeeded, I think that I would have like gone crazy under the system of doing Broadway, and like I would just want to talk shit.
Yeah,
and it's pretty rigid. It seems like a lot of fucking work. I mean, you have how many shows a week, and like it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's not,
like
it's
I did the Patrice O'Neill benefit, and I was talking to, and like Burr was like, it feels like you started comedy all over again, where it's like, show Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday. It's like you become like he's gotten to the top or whatever, and now he has to go back. Like Broadway is like yeoman's work. It's like working the Funny Bone in the fucking 90s. Yeah, and it's like the pinnacle of what you look for.
And it's crazy. It's not good money. It's so much work. It can be tough money.
Yeah,
and maybe that's why he had to do Saudi Arabia.
I know that's a tough one. Yeah, that's a real tough one.
Let's go on to our next segment. This has got to stop.
This has got to stop.
So this is where we talk about something that needs to come to an end. If you join the Patreon, you get to submit your own patreon.com/downside. Ty, what's our patron submitted? This has got to stop.
We got Will T. This has got to stop. Restaurants trying to, quote, elevate, quotation marks, dishes and pricey ingredients that don't improve the food in any way. For example, truffle fries, lobster mac and cheese, or caviar and smoked salmon on pizza. I don't have anything against posh ingredients in and of themselves, but they don't belong in foods that are beautiful in their simplicity and supposed to be cheap for all to enjoy. It's just an excuse for restaurants to show off and charge more, and for diners with more money than taste to feel smug.
So basically, saying is like, can I please order a mac and cheese that's $8?
Yeah,
and not the lobster mac and cheese that's $38. Mac and cheese is good enough on its own.
But I find that any restaurant you're at that's offering that, you're not going to be able to afford.
That's my thing. What restaurant did you go to
that they were like, we have $8 mac and cheese or $78?
This also feels a little bit like a complaint from 6 years ago. You know what I mean? The truffle fries stuff. It feels very like Edison Bowl.
We're a little backed up with our
I know what he means. Like, also, I don't feel like truffle fries are everywhere the way they used to be. But I get the spirit of what he's saying. Is that but I'm with you. It's like, well, go to fucking Shake Shack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, go to like
Yeah. And I do love like a potato chip with caviar on it.
Yeah, dude,
that's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
I'm still not on caviar yet. I keep every time I try, I go, it's fine. I like fish eggs on sushi.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
That's
you go.
good.
That's a caviar.
But caviar is the smaller.
I think so. I'm not a big I've had it a couple times on the chip.
Yeah, I'm not like eating it every day.
I don't get how that could be the thing. I don't know if I'll hit an age where I go, I get how people like get into this. This has got to stop. And we have time. I might do two. But this got to stop when I'm using some phone call and there's an automated menu and you say something and then they add the sound.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. It makes me feel like a dog or like a child. Like I'm going away now. I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
I like make it a
computer.
I
like this one.
Just admit what it is, but something about that lie, and I know it's going to get worse. I know the direction it's going to get.
I think this is a really instructive about the limits of AI, because this is like, it's that uncanny valley where it's like, this does not make it more realistic. This is not a realistic experience, right? Like, but you've created there's an automated, what it feels like to actually just deal with a fucking robot who's not lying to you, and there's dealing with a human being, and they've created a third thing that is neither, and that's trying to trick you into thinking it's human, and it's actually less human than just a computer talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I do think you will see a lot of those, because the people designing these systems don't understand humanity. They don't know what it's like to be fucking real people. They're fucking freaks in Silicon Valley. And like, I think this is actually that idea is, I think, what's going to fuck up a lot of AI. It's people making this weird uncanny valley recreation of humanity that I think will turn a lot of people off. I'm a huge AI skeptic. I think it is gonna. It's gonna be
a big bubble burst.
I do believe that because it's not really useful, and it's all the money from it is speculative. It's all fucking investment capital.
I keep hoping for that, and then
that's hard too because it's the fucking economy is gonna tank. I mean, I think it's the only thing keeping our economy pumping right now.
But it was on the radio today, and this was the song for the commercial. AI had the time of my life, and I said,
God.
"Oh my God!"
Yeah, that's
it was on like the daily podcast.
Oh
it
my
was,
God.
and it was just. I said, "How does that not make you feel ill?" And by the way, I bet you who wrote those lyrics? ChatGPT.
Yeah, probably.
ChatGPT, write a song where AI had.
Oh my God!
And so I keep going. I don't like this. I don't trust these answers on Google on the AI thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know. Maybe my girlfriend's mom. I think the way she uses ChatGPT, she'll send pictures to Tovah of like, here's me if I was the Pope, and like I go okay. It's like here's me if I was a bench pressing 1,000 pounds. And I go okay. Yeah. So you do like it. You like that.
Sure.
But everything else, I don't trust it.
Right.
There's no one to be accountable. I think that's the other thing where it's like, there's some kid who killed himself, and one of the ChatGPT, one of the things it said, let me just say allegedly, just in case, was like, careful, make sure to put the sheet over your noose so your parents will be nervous. And it's just like there's no one to sue directly.
Well, they're hiding behind the algorithm, which is like you designed it.
I think Sam Altman should be racist. The person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's very. I think that is like the amount that rich and the business class gets to just sort of like hide behind. They've set up so many fucking like shell companies, and no one is accountable. You almost like, someone dies on an amusement park ride in China, and that CEO gets firing squatted. Yeah. And can I tell you something? I'm listening now. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? I think if I had to pick one or the other, seeing what's going on,
I'm going to believe in the integrity of the roller coaster. There's consequences.
Yeah. There are no consequences. The richer you get, the less consequence you have, and the more you can just destroy and just suck resources from everyone else, and nobody gives a fuck. It's fucking crazy.
There should be a watermark in every AI video. It's Sam Altman's address. Every faked porn, Sam is one of has to be.
Is the third guy coming in? He's the guy coming in. Being like, what are you doing with my wife?
Yeah. Just in the corner.
What's this gotta stop?
This gotta stop. Sometimes when a living thing dies, you think it's dead.
Oh no!
And then
this is gonna stop. My dog dying.
A natural thing is the body tweaks.
Oh no!
And it's happened after, and I've been told for humans and other living things that's natural, but it's a horrible part of the death process. I think that should be done. I think when you think the thing is dead, it's dead, and no more movements. It's upsetting. Also, the eyes in movies, they show you just doing that. That doesn't work. You're pulling at dog's eyes. You're like, stop looking at me. Not closing.
It's not a gentle
at all. Can you
imagine if it was like after a dog died, 10 minutes after a dog died, if you throw a tennis ball, it will bring it back to you. God, the eye thing. I mean, I've only seen it with people.
It would be like this. This is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be like this. It would kind of go down, and then it'd be like,
no,
like slowly back up, and you're like, okay.
Do you consider sunglasses?
No, but that was what's so crazy. Is like I was like I gotta cover this up. We'll put a blanket over it. Nicole's like, I'm going to bed. I was like, okay, and I was like, I can't sleep. Like I'm just. So I was like, what do you put on TV to watch.
Right.
What do you? And I'm
All
just
dogs
sitting
go to
there.
heaven?
I'm just sitting there with the dead dog at my feet, like just being like, okay,
Yeah, dude, that's
sleep.
tough, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I agree. That does have to stop.
That does. Yeah.
Dead things twitching and giving
Dead
you
things twitching.
Just a little millisecond of hope.
Oh,
Gotta stop.
We get the boners. Dead.
do we all?
Can you look it up? Do all
dead
people
men
get
go
boners?
get boners?
But I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
From after interning at a morgue, your summer at a morgue.
You've seen Clerks.
How do you know this? How do you?
Because Clerks, there is a scene where she comes back from the bathroom. She's like, "You were really randy."
Right,
in there.
I remember
And it was
that.
like she had sex with a dead man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know if that's
I don't know that, like-
all, they're basing all off that one scene
Kevin
in
Smith's
Clerks.
first.
So it does have a term. It's called angel lust.
Angel Lust. Hell yeah.
What freak show?
Gotta get that
what
one
freak
off.
show came up with that title?
That's back when it was still okay to like
Fuck a dead body. Yeah, it's called Angel
now
Lust.
call it necrophilia.
Old days.
I mean, the AI answers no, but you know,
I don't.
I think maybe if you died hard, it would stay hard. Is what I would. If rigor mortis sets in when your dick was hard, then you have a hard dick. You know, in the cat, they're gonna have to fucking saw it off, snap it off, and put it next to you. I wonder if like fucking if an undertaker has had to snap a cock off and lay it down because it was hard.
Yeah, close the casket. Good for him.
Donk, donk,
Good for
donk.
him.
I've just never seen like a TP in like a body bag. You know, that's why I don't really believe this.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
That would be fun.
You have been
Definitely
looking.
not every man. I'm going to say that without any
I think so
research.
too. I think so too. I'm willing to say not everyone's dick gets hard when they die as well.
Sorry, Kevin Smith.
But maybe that one guy's.
Stavros, you have this guy?
Sure, and I would like to commend you to how much you are committed to queer baiting by just stealing "I don't think so, honey" with worse branding.
We've heard the accusation before. I don't think so, honey. Before that, there was just Subway tapes. There's everything.
Sure,
what is it?
Sure.
Yeah.
We need a clip part at some point.
Yeah, I got you, bud. Let's see here. I have a couple I was considering, but the one that's driving me the most fucking insane right now is this has got to stop. Rentals on a streaming service being 2 days, because it's just fucking it's not a physical thing.
Yeah.
That's a vestige. I worked at one of the final Blockbusters that existed in America, right?
Yeah.
So I did in college right before it went out of business. My summer job 1 year was, and it was like, you know, I'm aging myself, but also truly Blockbuster was over. It was like one of 9 locations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really crazy. It was open. New releases were 2 days because they had just come out. There was like a real true desire for these, like they were
just you at home. If it was popular, the whole wall they'd have 10, and
Yes.
you'd run up to each one.
Like
Is it behind?
Yes, the weekend Dark Knight comes out before streaming services. Everyone wants to fucking rent Dark Knight. You get it for 2 days, right? Why the fuck now, when I'm fucking renting, Jackie Brown, a great movie that I should have probably just bought. I love it. It's one of Tarantino's best. Why the fuck? I get 48 hours with this movie that came out in 1994 or whatever the fuck. That it's just digital. There's no physical fucking thing. Just let it be on my fucking account 4 extra days. You fucks. Give me a
until
business.
you finish it.
Until you finish
it. At least.
I think you get another watch. It's a rental. Yeah. I think they used to be a week. Old movies used to be able to rent for a week.
Yeah.
There's no physical fucking copy.
Yeah.
Amazon just wants me to fucking buy it to get it for more than 2 days. I should be able to fucking really watch the fuck out of a movie.
Yeah.
It pisses me the fuck off. It's like these digital constraints that are going off of what it physical.
Yes.
We get the worst of both worlds.
Yes.
I don't get the intimacy of going to the store, picking out my movie, and then it's like I get to keep it for fucking. Now you scroll and it's like you could keep it. You could let me have it forever.
You're right. They
pricks.
let you use the old system to still fuck you. And
Yes.
It's just now. Which would you prefer?
Yeah.
A week, or what I want, at least one watch through. Give me a time limit and give me one full watch through, because I spent $80 finishing Eddington. And it's not because I didn't like Eddington. I struggle and I watch a little here, a little there, and I go, wow, I spent $80 watching this fucking movie. Let me just watch it once.
Let me be allowed one full watch.
Let me watch it once, and if it takes me a month to do it, let me watch it. I paid for it. I paid so much for it.
I do think there has to be a time limit, unfortunately, because you could game the system.
How?
By just kind of letting it.
No, you can even make it so I can't go back.
Okay.
You can make it so I can't go back.
I want 5 business days. I want a week. It's a rental, right? I don't own it, but I get to have it for a substantial amount of time. I get to watch it once. I get to fucking, you know what I mean? Like
I say both. I say 5 days, you can go back and forth. Favorite scene, show your friends. And then after the 5-day mark, you can no longer go back.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we can do because of technology.
Yeah.
Easy to implement.
Yeah.
But they won't.
They won't. They want. They're
2
counting.
days?
They're counting on guys like you to spend $80 on Eddington, which is crazy.
Pisses me the fuck off. This is the one good thing about streaming is that we should have it at our fucking fingertips.
Yes.
It's too much. 2 days is crazy.
I don't think so, honey. Let's go on to our final segment.
You better count your blessings.
So we're talking about something that we're actually grateful for.
I like this. This is nice.
Yeah, we try to get a nice little sincere moment in there. Russell, do you have a blessing?
Yeah, I have a shout out to my blessing. Well, Ziggy, I love you. I miss you, buddy. But shout out to rescueright.org. That's where we got Ziggy from. They're lovely people there. Regina and Penny. Regina is a volunteer there, and she had been Ziggy's friend for 4 years before we adopted him. So we talked to her, because she would still come and visit us and say hi to him and stuff, and was so helpful. When the situation with his health earlier in the year, and his legs and the wheelchair. So rescueright.org, they're a great organization. Donate to them, and yes, I'm very thankful for them. We get all of our dogs there, and they're lovely, lovely people.
That's beautiful. We'll put a link.
I'll put a link.
Yeah, if you want to donate, we'll put a link to that.
Yeah.
They're great. My blessing. When I'm on the road, I work with our producer Ty or Liam. But I had a random West Coast date, and Hayden Johnson opened for me, and it was just great. I'm on the road too much. Life's a little too much, but being in a long car ride, didn't get a lick of work done because we were just chatting it up, and it was so nice, and just great comic, great perspective, and just really was nice. And I'm looking forward to working with her again. So Hayden Johnson, please follow her. We'll put the socials in the chat. Do you have
nice, dude? I do. Yeah, one of my best friends. This is my first friend who she kind of led my whole. I've kind of been following her my whole life. Where she was just a couple years older than me. She moved to New York. She was my first friend to move to New York. Mm-hmm. She had different dreams. She was in entertainment, but she wanted to work in a different industry here, and she did it. She's the first person to have a serious relationship. We were roommates, and she moved out, got married. She's sort of my friend who I'm oh, okay, I do everything she does 6 years too late or whatever. Yeah. And so she had a kid. She was the first one in my group to have a kid. And this guy, now he's almost 3, right? So this is the first kid I've really been aware of. Yeah. My whole, I've been there through his whole life. And I went to visit home. My brother also had a kid recently. It's baby season in my life right now. But my brother's kid's little as fuck, and this kid is 3. And he wanted to play. He's really into sea creatures, and he's really into he has this little pizza kit, and he's been such a nice such a well-behaved little boy, and he's always around his mom. His dad works a lot, and he was playing with his pizza kit, and it had 2 spatulas on it, and I just kind of reflexively sort of took the spatula like a sword, and showed him basic sword fighting, and he was wait, he doesn't watch anything violent. He doesn't watch any like, his mom has him on like the most, like, he's a good little, he likes to read books. He doesn't get to watch too much TV. He had never seen a sword fight. I guess he maybe Peter Pan is his only reference point, right? And I don't think he watched that much. He watched like Finding Nemo, and within like three little like strokes, his eyes lit up and he was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And we sword fought for like 2 straight hours. My friends texted me. She was like, I woke my son up this morning and he tried to fight me. And he's like, and it was just like imparting violence and imparting like horse playing on this beautiful little angel whose mom is trying to make him a well-behaved boy. It was like, it felt so, I was like, this is what I'm here for in this kid's life. I'm here to be mischievous, to show him mischief, to like break away and just like roughhouse. And he doesn't get like, I pick him up and I just fucking toss him in the pillows. You know what I mean? Like, I get to be that like uncle to this little kid, and I remember those people in my life, and it's just like, it was a beautiful kind of full circle moment of like, this is what I'm here for this kid's life. And just his eyes when he was like, we can fight each other. Like, it was so clearly something in his heart that he had never got to like express. Yes. And it was, that moment is like something I'll remember. And I'm like so excited for my nephew too, because like, you know, he's 9 months or whatever. And I'm not gonna be able to do that because my brother is definitely gonna roughhouse with him first. But it was just like a fun thing to be like, this is who I am in this kid's life. It felt nice.
He's like,
I love that.
Cooking is for women.
Yeah, he's like, this is for violence. And it's important he learns that, you know, early.
Hey, Stavros, my son woke me up and said, get in the kitchen, bitch, and make breakfast.
Where are my eggs, whore?
Where can people find you, Stavros?
Stavy Baby 2 on Instagram. Stavy's World, you were just on. Great episode.
So much fun.
I'm about to go on a big tour, stavy.biz. I'm going all over the place. I think, you know, I think we're announcing this next week, whatever, but like,
it'll come out after that, so you can tell.
Stavy.biz. I'm literally, if there's a market, just check it out. You know, a lot of my people have been complaining I haven't gone to certain places. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Philly. I'm finally getting a New York date. It's going to be really at a very cool, very iconic venue. Check it out. Stavy.biz. It will be the last leg of the Dreamboat tour. I'm figuring out the specifics of recording the special sometime after that tour. So please come out and see it. I'm very excited for it.
Hell yeah, check it out. Russell, where can people find you?
At Russell J. Daniels on Instagram. When's this come out?
Not next Tuesday, but the one after.
Well, the show's I'm in is done. So, next show.
Hell yeah.
I'm on tour. Some international dates coming soon, but please just support the podcast. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/downside. Rest in peace, Siggy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Downside. Downside.
That was a Headgum podcast.